Hey guys, first of all I just want to say massive thank you to everyone who's left some really nice comments and everyone who's subscribed recently to these videos. It's been awesome to see the channel's definitely growing, and it's really, given me a kick and some encouragement to keep on making content. That's awesome, and I'm going to keep trying to get a video out every week if I can. Again, like and subscribe, and comment if you enjoy it. So I want to talk about the Silver Sky SE today, and just sort of my experience with it since owning it around about 6 months to a year now, and why it's the guitar I probably reach for more than any other, particularly for lead work if I'm looking to put a solo down, and that's because it's so easy to play. So just for a bit of fun, I've stitched together 3 or 4 examples of solos that I've recorded with this guitar over the last 6 months, and how it's really helped with my creativity. Yes, I hope you enjoy those, and I'll just talk a little bit afterwards then, so see you in a bit. This could be a really divisive subject. Obviously, hardcore Fender people have a massive issue with PRS basically making what is a strat. Let's be honest, it's a strat. I mean, yes, it's a signature model. It was designed with John Mayer. All of that kind of fluff aside, all that baggage aside, I just wanted to talk about the guitar and why, if there are people out there who are, dead against this and just not playing it because of all that baggage, then, you're really doing yourself a massive disservice, because it's a fantastic guitar, and I just want to talk about the actual guitar, nothing else, and why, to be honest, it's the guitar I reach for more than any other, and have done in the last sort of 6 months to a year now since I've owned it. Okay, I've modded mine up a little bit. There's a couple of pickup changes in it, but the fundamentals, and I'm talking about the feel more than anything here. The scale length in particular being between the Fender and the Gibson scale length, so it's not too long, not too short. Sometimes a Gibson scale length can feel you feel a bit hampered if you're used to playing strats or tellies. It can feel like there's not as much freedom, if you get what I mean. And also vice versa with the Fender neck. If you're used to Gibsons, you might feel like the stretch is a bit more difficult for longer chords, things like that. But this is right between that scale and 25-inch, so it really is like the best of both worlds. It also has an 8.5-inch radius, which isn't vintage 7.25, and it isn't more modern 9.5. It's right smack bang in the middle of that. And again, it gives it something different. The shape of the neck with the radius, the scale length, and the slightly narrower nut, it really gives it a kind of the all-round package and the feel. You just want to keep playing it. Now, I know I've heard other people talk about, PRS guitars are almost too easy to play. But I love ideas. I think that's kind of nonsense. I mean, surely you want a guitar to be easy to play. Particularly starting out, I would say. I would encourage people who've been playing for like a year or two to check these out, because they make you a better player. And there's a reason why I might reach for it over something else, because if I've got a particular idea in mind for a solo and lead parts, I tend to reach for this more than anything else. And it's because I know I can nail it in 1 or 2 takes rather than having to faff around for ages. And it just saves me time. No, that's a huge, huge compliment and statement, really. And it's the reason why I don't have a Strat at the moment. This is my only vintage style S-Type. I think what they got absolutely spot on was the weight. This is at least a pound lighter than pretty much any Strat Fender's making at the moment. Couple that with the quality control, which is far better. Then you've got the scale length, the radius, and the nut width. It just makes this awesome package of feel with it. It just feels great, and it's so easy to play. And that can only be a positive. If you're going to pick it up and you're going to be a better player as a result of this, that's what we want. Yeah, we want to enjoy ourselves at the end of the day, because playing guitar is about enjoying yourself. You don't want to be banging your head against the wall. And if you have a guitar that makes playing more difficult, unless you're really, really experienced, then you're going to struggle with it, and it's going to become annoying and frustrating. And that's why I would say everyone should check these out, particularly players who've been playing for maybe 1 or 2 years, for sure. Because there's so many positives. On the used market at the moment in the UK, they are crazy good value as well. We're talking £350 I paid for one used. So it's a great modding platform as well, because I've seen people out there modding the US versions. I mean, you can do so much to the SE version. If you're only paying £300 to £350 for it, swap the pickup, swap all the electronics out if you want. I refinished the body on mine as well, just as a bit of fun, because I'm not going to lose anything when I'm paying that sort of money for a guitar. So yeah, I thought I'd just sort of point out my experience with it there. And yeah, I would say really, really encourage you to go out and try one. Absolutely. Forget all the baggage, just treat it as a guitar. I play alternative rock and hard rock, and I'm not a John Mayer fan. And I find this guitar fantastic, so it's not all about being a John Mayer fan. If you can disregard that, and you should be able to treat a guitar as a guitar, what it is, it's a tool, yeah, at the end of the day. And if you can do that, then there you go. What else is there to say, really?